I'm pleased to have Dr. Michael Sheehan here today, and we wanted to talk about one of the exercises on the Up to Parents and Proud to Parent websites, and that is the one, it's exercise C, that asks parents to make a list of 10 compliments and good memories about their children's other parent that they'll be sharing with the kids.
What a great idea. Of all of the transformative experiences, that's just number one to me. I mean, I know from the literature that human beings think, feel, and act. That's what we do. But if you want to get people to change, you don't focus on their thinking, you don't focus on their feeling, you get them to act differently. Well, getting folks to act differently and to write these 10 compliments is by far the single most transformative experience I've seen for people in divorce. It just changes their attitude, it changes their perspective, it puts them in a whole different frame of mind, out of the conflict frame of mind, out of the hurt feeling frame of mind, and into the wisdom frame of mind of what can I do for my children? How can I help my children do this? My children are in harm's way. And this is the single most important way I can help my children, is to diffuse that conflict. It is the antidote to conflict.
Our kids need this. Our kids make judgments about themselves based upon what they hear about their parents. So if I tell my daughter, you know, you're perfect, but your mother's an idiot, or if I tell her, you know, you are so capable at this and you're so kind because your mother is kind, or if I just tell her your mother's such a kind and generous person, my daughter hears that kindness and generosity live in her. So it is for the is for the kids.
Right, that's right. When you admire the parent, you are in fact admiring the child who is a part of that parent, and the child gets that and knows that, even though it's what's called a carom shot.
Okay, well,
that's a good carom shot.
Well, and we all feel that way. I mean, adults, you want to start a street fight, make a comment about somebody's mother, and that's with adults. So
that's
kids
right.
who are injured and wondering, are their parents still a partnership? Is there residual respect, or is there going to be permanent alienation, hatred? And the other thing I wanted to mention about it, Michael, is that we, in your classes, as you know, and you always remind me to do this, if I'm running out of time, Charlie, please, let's ask one mom and one dad for that list.
That's right. Yep.
And we asked them for that list, and you know, half the people in the room are starting to tear up, even ones who have been stuck and have said, I'm not writing anything good. And I've had people say afterwards, I'm going home and I'm making that list because I want my children to have what the children of those parents have. Those parents are giving their children a wonderful gift. I might say one of the measures of a better divorce is that parents are saying, I don't want my children to be at any worse disadvantage that they're already at. They already have all these losses of being in a separated home and being separated from mom every time they're reunited with dad, and separated from dad every time they're reunited with mom, and wondering what else is wrong, going to be wrong in their lives, and wondering if they caused any of these problems or what else can go wrong in their lives. No parent really wants his or her children to suffer any further than that. And so one of the gifts that we can give, and we make a list of 8 hidden keys, there are 8 things we think any parent could do, but the number one thing on there, make that list and share those, and make sure those are the only things that my child would ever hear about his or her mom.
It has an effect that's very positive on the sender of the message.
It's virtually a uniformity of healing that this can bring about. So make that list. Make it something beautiful. What you say to your children, what you convey to your children that you believe about their other parent is really what you're telling your child to think about himself. And for good or for bad. And unfortunately, we have parents who are sending the negative messages.
But a lot of parents ask me a question when I talk about this, and they ask me, wouldn't that interfere with the child's understanding of this divorce? You know, wouldn't that be sending him a message that might confuse him? And the answer is absolutely not. No. And any misunderstanding the child might have pales into insignificance compared to the good that it does.
I endorse that heartily. Thanks so very much, Michael.
My pleasure, Charlie.